And here's the early prices. The favourite is number 1 Port Watch from the Lee Freedman stable at 5-2 or a tote return of $3.50. $17 for Arbonne Rouge, $13 for Toil, $17 Native Zam, $9 Elegancy, $34 Prime Address, $13 Silver Neon, $40-1 Calypso. I'm on Coltar paying at $10. Pride of Kazoo is out, $13 Triptar, $51 Pearl Prince. Prior Engagement is at $34. The bottom 3 are all 11-1 chances. Grey Alex, Revels and Tomorrow. And Sphera is a scratching. It's back to the boys.
Okay, ahead on our wild winter weekend.
Yes. They're just starting to go into line, so we've got time to give a tote update. Port Watch is still at 5-2 or $3.50 on the Victorian TAB. Arbonne Rouge is out to $17. Toil at $15. Native Zam at $17. Elegancy still an 8-1 chance or $9. Paddy Payne riding Elegancy. Prime Address is in a couple of points to $31. Silver Neon a 14-1 shot. Calypso at 33-1. Coltar rock solid at 9-1. Round about the same price with bookies. Give him strength. He's in emerald green colours. If you're looking for him, Pride of Kazoo is a scratching. 14-1 Trapeta or $15. Pearl Prince is a roughie. So is Prior Engagement. Grey Alex out to $15. Few bob for Revel and Revels. He's quite solid in the market as well. Darren Gauci, the rider, trained by Johnny Hawkes. He's a 10-1 chance or showing $11. And tomorrow, well, I said once before, today mightn't be the right day for tomorrow. And he come up and won at big odds. But he's at good odds again today, $16. And Sphera, who was to have been ridden by Sally Wynn, is scratching. As I look over at the monitor, they're starting to go in at Caulfield, which is what we need to know. There doesn't look like being any great hold-up. Should only be another 30 or 45 seconds or so, and they'll be in line. If you're looking for the favourite, Port Watch, he races in the colours of Mr. and Mrs. Peter Twigg of red with white sleeves and a white cap. And he starts from barrier 9. He'll be ridden by Damien Oliver. Our caller at Caulfield today is one of the gents of racing, Mr. John Russell. Here he is.
Here's Coltar to the inside. Defeated last Saturday, but well drawn today. Coltar moving in. Prime Address still to move in. He's a smart gallop will win right. And Rebels coming up, extreme outside. So they're just about ready. Soon be on their way. There's the light. They're away to a good start too. Silver Neon, one of the first to jump out. Out quickly also as Calypso and Revels up in the leading group early, being followed closely by Elegancy, who began very quickly and sorting themselves out. Elegancy going fast as the leader, about 2.5 lengths in advance here. In second place is Pearl Prince, and they were followed closely then in behind them by Coltar, taking up a handy position, and further back in the field then at the head of the others came Tomorrow, being followed by Prior Engagement. A bit further back in the field over on the outside to Revels, followed by Trapeta. Then Prime Address, a length and a half further back, then over on the outside, making up ground, Native Zam, well back as Arbonne Rouge, Grey Alex and Toil as last of all. Elegance in the leader as they round the home turn by length. The Pearl Prince getting a beautiful run on the inside, deeper on the track, Coltar. They're followed by Port Watch, who's making ground from a long way back, but very wide. And then Tomorrow, Prime Address over near the inside as they straighten over. Elegancy headed by Pearl Prince, coming to the 200 down the outside. Coltar and Port Watch is in behind them. And Revels is finishing fast from a long way back. Pearl Prince is the leader, 150 to go. Elegancy is boxing on well, and then came Coltar. Pearl Prince the leader, just in advance of Elegancy, close to home, and Pearl Prince wins it. Pearl Prince wins from Elegancy. Third home is Coltar. Revels fourth. Then Grey Alex, who made up a heap of ground, followed by Calypso. Next to finish is Native Zam, followed by Prime Address and Prior Engagement Trapeta. Silver Neon is back behind them. Arbonne Rouge Tomorrow. Port Watch dropped right out to run second last, and the last to finish is Toil.
She looks like a primrose, doesn't she? Dividends now for the race 5 at Caulfield. And the numbers 12, 5 and 9. Pearl Prince, $44.90 and $11.30. Thank you. Elegancy, $3.10 and Coltar, $2.80. 4 games in the AFL today. Progress scores for you. Essendon leading Collingwood 4 goals, 3.
Race the Premier Stakes, the clash of Light Up the World and number 1 Brawny Spirit, the Melbourne Speedster. Brawny Spirit's been very well backed to beat this favourite, and he's showing at $3.10 on the tote. Been well backed in the ring. Number 2, My Diamond Rouge, is a 40-1 chance. Corregidor was scratched this morning. Avulsion is at 50-1. Rimsky is showing at $16. Victoria Park at $17. Flit is in from $8.50 to almost $8. Artie Mary is at $11. and Light Up the World has eased a fraction to $2.10, as she has. Brawny Spirit has come in to $3. Great race coming up, and the man to call the action is the best in the business, Johnny Tapp.
2 horses to move in for the Ansett Australia Premier Stakes. Standard weight for age, a Group 3. Flitter knocked a fair bit of skin off her off hip when she became a little excited in the race day stalls earlier on, but the vet has cleared her and she's unperturbed by it. She's been quite relaxed all the way to the barrier. And if she is beaten, I doubt that you could use that as an excuse. All set. Last couple have moved up, light flashing on top. Off and running in the Premier. There's a good start. Came out in a nice even line. And Devulsion is one of the first out. Brawny Spirit quickly striding up on the fence to join the leaders, followed by Rimsky. Light Up the World a little bit wide early, and Dies endeavouring to get in, followed by Victoria Park and then Auntie Mary. 3 lengths away, Flitter, and dropping out 2 lengths last is My Diamond Rouge in the run to the first turn. Brawny Spirit the leader, only a half length to Rimsky, who's keeping the little fellow bobbing. Devulsion third on the outside of Light Up the World. A gap then to Auntie Mary on the inside of Victoria Park. About 4 lengths away, Flitter, and 2.5 to My Diamond Rouge as they come to the corner. 500 metres out, Brawny Spirit the leader over Rimsky. Light Up the World getting a cushy run on the fence in third spot, followed by Devulsion. Brawny Spirit's gone off the track. Brawny Spirit shifted about 4 horses, and Light Up the World has been given the best inside run you've ever seen as they come to the 200. The little Victorian fighting back is still just in front, but Light Up the World looks to have his measure now. Light Up the World burns off Brawny Spirit. Victoria Park getting home well, but this is a bonny little mare. You might be looking at the Epsom winner here. Light Up the World. She races away and scores easily. Old Diamond Rouge charged home to get second. Flitter looks to have run third, a breath in front of Brawny Spirit, followed by Victoria Park, and then Auntie Mary and Devulsion, and tailed off is Rimsky.
My Diamond Rouge $6.40 and Flitter $2 even. 4 games today in the AFL. Progress.
Here's Ken Callender.
Thanks, Kenny. Yes, Fatherly Advice still favourite, but he's eased a fraction. From the top, still $7 for Unsolved, 9 for Valdezere. Ferret at $5.50 or 9 to 2. Darren Galchi, the rider there. $9 both Mr. Untouchable and Papal Monarch. Temperate Pug is a little longer at 10 to 1 chance or $11. $26 now for Tall Lord. He has got out a fraction. Fatherly Advice out from $3.20 to $3.50. Still a clear-cut favourite. $51 for Amphitryon. Rare Diamond is out. Blazing Ace is $16 and $81 for Gentleman Jack. The race is over 1,600 metres. We look as though we're having a little trouble getting one in the barrier there, but that'll be fixed in a jiffy. They'll all be in before long. Most of these are old stages. You won't get many playing up. They'll get them in pretty quickly, the barrier staff, and then we'll be ready for action in the second leg of the double, race 7 from Caulfield. Okay, there's only 2 in. Not such a big field, a dozen less one scratching, 11 to go in. That'll take less than 2 minutes. If you're looking for the favourite in the run, Fatherly Advice, his colours are green with a gold V and a gold cap, the colours of Australia. Green with a gold V and a gold cap. And he's ridden by Damien Oliver, and he's going to start from barrier 3. You can see him in there with the gold cap and the green colours. Well, he's the favourite. Next to him in the cerise colours is Ferret. The horse I tipped, which is TAB number 2, Valdezere, is in black with a white V, red sleeves and a white cap. There he goes in now. Okay, they're just about ready to go. Here's our caller, John Russell.
And the line just about ready here for the second last on the card. Just waiting for the light. Light is on. They're set and racing. And Blazing Aces on the inside was the first into stride from Mr. Untouchable. Fatherly Advice jumped out pretty well, and so did Ferret. Tempered Pug up in the leading group early, being followed by Gentleman Jack. A bit further back in the field of Valdezere, followed by Amphitryon. And they're racing up the hill in a tightly packed heel fair, and a good tussle for the lead where Temperate Pug is going up fast with Gentleman Jack, and they show out by length to Blazing Aces just in behind them. Over on the inside there is Mr. Untouchable, being followed closely by Fatherly Advice as they race onto the railway side. Papal Monarch is next. A length further back is Ferret, being followed by Valdezere. A good long gap Unsolved is second last, and Tall Orders bringing up the rear. Down the side they travel now, and Temperate Pug has worked his way to the leader. About a half length to Gentleman Jack. Mr. Untouchable on the outside of Blazing Aces. They're followed closely by Fatherly Advice. Ferret in behind them. Off the track then Papal Monarch. A length and a half to Valdezere, being followed by Unsolved, who's a bit further away with Amphitryon, and Tall Orders still last of all. Down near the 600 metre mark they race, and Temperate Pug the leader. About a length Mr. Untouchable. Blazing Aces in the picture also. Gentleman Jack in behind them. Fatherly Advice has been called upon for an effort, and further back making ground is Papal Monarch, and Ferret right around the outside making ground. Then Valdezere as they sweep the home turn. Unsolved is a long way back. Amphitryon as they straighten up, and they're homeward bound with about 350 metres left to go. They're across the track. Mr. Untouchable down the outside takes the leader. Papal Monarch is running after him pretty well, and Fatherly Advice in the centre driving through with a good run. Over on the outside, Mr. Untouchable tackled by Fatherly Advice, who hit the front with 100 to go, and Fatherly Advice is coming clear in the final stages. Fatherly Advice too good, wins it well. Valdezere I think second, and nose away third to Papal Monarch. Then Unsolved, who made up a heap of ground, followed by Mr. Untouchable. Blazing Aces and Ferret behind them. Tall Lord, Temperate Pug, Amphitryon, and last home is Gentleman Jack.
Field 8, 2 and 5. Fatherly Advice, $3.70 and $1.60. Valdezere, $2.90. Papal Monarch, $2.50. And here are the boys.
Welcome back. In year